Alright, target number 2. It should be Vaminal, I believe. Should be easy enough to get to. Vaminal. Yep, that's the name. Just double checking real quick. Going vaguely that way. Okay. I can do this a couple more times basically before I run out, so maybe I can get over the peak or something. It's interesting to think about, because on one hand, I'm kind of super mega overpowered for this stuff, but on the other hand, people also expect you to do way more side quests than I did. It's just like a general lack of like the concept of level scaling at all, which is interesting. I have mixed feelings about level scaling in general. I think level scaling can be good for maintaining a basic level of difficulty curve, but an overuse of scaling, like in the Mass Effect franchise, can lead to it feeling like leveling doesn't actually affect you how you play the game, because everything's always your level, so leveling, while it sometimes gives you a few tricks, if everybody's keeping up with the exact pace at which you gain power, then you're not gaining power. You're just all having bigger numbers. Although in Mass Effect, numbers are usually not even visible on the screen in many cases, so you're not even getting bigger numbers that you can notice. It's just behind the scenes, the numbers are getting bigger at an equal measure with each other in ways that are completely ignorable. Are you the combatant? You probably are. That's fine. You guys do you. Bye! There's so much red around here. So I actually generally like the idea of there being zones that are too powerful for you to do, and that you need to go level up, and I actually like the fact that this game has built into its structure this idea of, like, go gain experience so that you can do your job properly. Like, the first thing the NPC does is straight up say, like, hey, you probably suck. So how about you go, like, join a guild or something and come back later, then I'll figure out how to make use of you when you stop sucking so hard. That's a fun idea. I don't know how the difficulty curve can really keep up with its own open world, though. So, like, it starts off as an interesting idea, although I will say that I don't think Morrowind is difficult in fun ways early on. There's a lot of people mod out the mischance because, yeah, the way the game is hard at the beginning is just the fact that you can't hit anything, and everything seems to be able to hit you, which leads to incredibly unfair combat scenarios, and the difficulty curve is so anti-you when you first start the game, which will later cause a sense of progression and power feeling later when you stop becoming shit. But you do start off so shit that it's actually actively weird how shit you are, because you'll fight a rat and you'll attack the rat 17 times and miss every single time, and that is weird to think about. So I can definitely go either way a little bit here. Weird, the door makes the door noise, but doesn't open. Maybe there's something blocking it? Oh, well. So I generally like the idea of a game getting harder over time and recommending that you do side quests and come back later and stuff like that. Is that really Dagoth Nilor? Hi. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna really quickly... Oh, we're in a peril. Whoops. Super weapon. There we go. I do it out of respect. Alright, there goes Dagoth Nilor. What do you have in here? So, I think that generally I find that something like Witcher does it pretty well. Because Witcher was a game, at least on default settings, because they eventually added level scaling that you can turn on optionally. In the default settings, the game expected you to observe what level enemies were, and observe what level quests were, and do an appropriate amount of side questing along the way in order to catch up with how far you were not caught up with the situation. And I think that's interesting because it makes you feel like you're making progress. You'll encounter a thing that's too tough, and you might choose to leave, or you'll fight it the hard way and just go with it, but suffer the consequences of how hard the fight is as a result. And then even if you did beat the thing later on, as you get more powerful, you fight you'll fight like another copy of that creature. That's probably why I couldn't open it. There's a guy behind it. You'll find another copy of that creature later that is less tough, despite being the same level, because you caught up with it, and that's neat. What's this thing called? Parchment with scrawlings. All cries are waking, whitest white of all white, blackest blacks of all blacks, shame and sun, sun and shadow. Stronger than gods, brighter than mortals, only he is awake, only he is alive. He knows the names of the naming, he knows the weight and the waiting, he enters into every star and moon, and shines through their shadows. One shape, one spelling, one wraith, one casting, one darkness, he is armed, from light he is warded. He is all things, Drake, Lich, Thielman. On rivers of fire he comes forth, through storms of dreams he rides, with slivers of steel he pierces the heart, all spells, powers, curses broken, the chains are shattered, the scales fall away. I see you with my eye, and all is silence. I wake, I remember, Lord. I'm just gonna take that just because I read it. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's mine now. Right, I have space for you, right? Only 3. I should probably grab that because it's a Grandmaster item. Even if I don't know if I'll use it. If I'm gonna ever pick up alchemy, I should probably just do that. We're technically running out of game on some level. Calcinator. Yeah, two Grandmaster items. Just grab those. I technically am on my way to finishing the game, but I think I'll do the expansions? Like their main stories or something? At least Tribunal, because it's a continuation of the main story. Hello. You're kind of a tough one, ain't ya? That's why I made you. How's that one doing? It's like halfway there. Yeah, you made me take some damage. It's Dagoth Felnmus. There's lots of Dagoths around here. From what I can gather, it sounds like the Bloodmoon expansion is like a sort of very incidental side questy type thing, just like most of the expansions to Fallout 4, for example. Whereas it sounds like the main mission, Tribunal's a direct continuation of the main story, much like how Broken Steel was a direct continuation of Fallout 3. Did I say Fallout 4 DLC or Fallout 3 DLC a second ago? I don't know, I meant 3. I haven't played any of 4's DLC because I didn't really want to keep going after playing the main campaign. Bye. Oh. That awkward moment where he collapses into being an ash puddle, essentially. Well, this should take me downstairs. Hi. Sorry, Eeyore. I didn't mean for it to come to this, but oh. Well. Shouldn't have done that. And any of the things you were doing, really. Still have the lamest helm on my character. Ah! You're probably the guy. I bet you're the guy. Melt for me. Yeah, this is probably an important room. Dagoth Vayman. Yep, that's the dude. Sunder. He's actually got it on his character. Wait. Was he wielding that? You can't use Sunder without the gloves. Probably not real, right? I know one way to find out, and it's not a great idea. And so I discovered Sunder and Keening. So it says I have them. What's your deal? Can I desecrate this thing, get attacked by a Daedra Lord or something, and then obliterate him too? Oh, I didn't change the weapon. Oh, and he resists it anyway, so it's totally pointless to do that. There you go, buddy. Rest. Rest easy now. It's time for the ever after, or whatever the hell. I don't know if you're even conscious. Well, I know one way to find out. 65. And Sunder. It has dealt me a mortal wound. So there's no fixing that, right? I'm just gonna die now? No? Oh, that time I did recover. So I could switch it off fast enough. Interesting. Okay, so they seem to both be real. I guess he just had it on him and wasn't wielding it or something? Because it seemed to imply that if you don't have the Wraith Guard, you just die. Alright, Dagoth Ur, it's time to screw you up, apparently. Jump all the way across! That was cool. Except for the part where I'm stuck now. Ooh, what am I doing now? Things are getting weird. Uh-oh. Well, time to... What's gonna happen? Oh, best case scenario. Neat. Yeah, I was like, might have to go back around at this rate. Alright, so I have Keening and Sunder. And, this would be... It's probably a little anticlimactic regardless, but this would be especially anticlimactic if I didn't have all this background context, so... I'm happy I read all that stuff. Because if I hadn't read all that stuff... Can I rest inside here? Oops. There's enemies nearby. There's enemies nearby, it says here, too. If I hadn't read all that stuff, we wouldn't have very much context for why this stuff was supposed to feel important. And, I would just feel like I was just wandering in and taking out a few guys and saving the world without any real climax. So I'm happy I kind of went for the background detail stuff. Oh. There we go. Poor thing is getting worn down with its durability. I'm glad. So even if reading about the stuff took longer than doing the stuff, I'm glad I read about the stuff because it gives context to why this stuff is supposed to have weight and why it's significant. Because otherwise, I'm just walking into a place and taking out copies of enemies I've largely seen before, and then just being like, "Hey, it's over. I beat the game." I wonder what happens in Dagoth Ur's place, though. That could be weighty, potentially. There's enemies everywhere, which makes it exceptionally hard to rest anywhere. Yeah, you see me. Come on. Let's just get this out of the way, buddy. Not enough charge. Yeah, I can't levitate anymore. Come to me! Come back. There we go. Yeah, I know you see me. I just want to rest for a while. What do you mean I can't rest for 24 hours in the most dense enemy area of the entire game? But what about my convenience as a AAA fan of video games that hold my hand? Ah, what? Stop that. Go away. Leave me. Leave me be. It's probably a good thing that you can completely supplant the game's difficulty by doing crazy weird enchantments and stuff like that, just because player knowledge and discovering ways of breaking the game and whatnot is like your main avenue of progressing. In a game like Dark Souls, you will like learn a ton of different like reflex movements and responses to specific situations, and how to roll against the direction of the swings to minimize the amount of time that their damage frames cover your hitbox frames, and have that overlap with the frames that are invincibility frames, and that whole kind of nonsense. And a lot of games have their different little skill elements that are where the skill ceiling comes in and everything like that. But in a game like this, where the way you fight things is go ha a lot, and even your blocking is like a dice roll. Breaking the game on a stats level is basically the way that you can progress at that point. Okay, this is the outer boundary. Things are less red around here. This may be where I get a chance to rest for a moment. You can only rest on solid ground. Look how blue things are at this particular place. Dagoth Ur is somewhere up there, apparently. In fact, he might even be right there. Oh, hey, how long have you been chasing me? Poor guy. Sorry for making you hustle like that. Ow! What? Oh, wow. A few of you are catching up with me. So while the combat may not be entirely satisfying to perform once you've gone full overpower and everything like that, I'd argue that the same was probably true already before you were overpowered, because the difference between being good and bad at combat in Morrowind, as far as I can tell, comes down to how good your character is for the most part, or what options you've provided for yourself and how well you use those options, in some cases. But both versions of that are still it's still pretty unsatisfying combat, so the difference is not really distinct to me. Oh, you're a tough one, huh? Let's play with toys that you don't understand. There we go. I just got this stick of fuck you, basically. That's an Ogrim Titan. He's an extra high-level super mega version of the Titan we've fought before. The dig off the ore should be like around here. Kagranak Steady. Well, that's an important location we should check out, even if it's not the right place to go, because it's probably really neat. Apparently there's enemies nearby. Is it you? Was it you the whole time? Someone else gonna fight me? Nope. Thought that somebody else might be coming. Thought I heard a sound. Oh, it's a lot of charges now. Well, there we go. Unfortunate, but it happens. Now it's extra time for me to try to figure out how to rest around here. Am I far enough away? Why must there always be enemies nearby? Ooh. Go for it. Make it count. Yeah! I did it. How's it? No, it's not actually. It's actually not maxed out yet. Damn it. Takes 3 days of rest. Kind of neat, because it adds a little gravity to the situation, because I'm doing this grand campaign where I single-handedly rescue the world from the threats of Red Mountain. So the idea that I have to rest for 3 days after what I've accomplished so far fits, more or less. I think. Hi. Hi. There's so many dead people around here, and a lot of them were supposed to work here. Not that guy, but a lot of them. I'm gonna save my charges for a bit for actual boss fighty situations. Use the Wakizashi on you instead. Is that one of the big golems? Is this the new god you're making? Hello, exquisite belt. Yes, I do want that. Hammers. Repair items. I can use those. I can use those well. Good news, everyone. I have repair skill, so I can actually make good use of this kind of thing. Hooray! That's good news. Oh man, it's actually satisfying to be able to click on everything with the repair skill and have the item actually then get repaired as a result. That's neat. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna hold on to you and use you more when you're there later. Repair prongs. Is that just the same item? Is it just a variant of repair? Huh. Alright, so my, both of my, weapons are now repaired. Back to max. Nice. It's a good thing I invested in those repair skill trainers. So now that when I encounter a hammer like that, I actually can fully repair. So given that this is Kagranak's location, his office, and they're supposed to be making a new god, I assume that this might have been the body they were making of this new god that was supposed to be a problem. It seems like a suitable interpretation. So some other hero actually made their way into this exact chamber, which is kind of impressive. Look at that head. There's no head over here, right? It's just a torso and hands and some other harder to define individual things that could be part of a leg or part of an arm, and it's harder to tell because it's not attached. And they're just kind of blocks. Well, hello there. I have questions. What is this? Who are you? Dagoth Endis. Ooh, I'm gonna Endis you in the back. Critical damage. Oh my god. That wasn't even the enchantment, that was just the critical damage I get from a successful sneak attack. Heart of Hearthrime. Cast when used. Fortify magic, sanctuary, and so on. Illusion. So one of the things I could have potentially gone into is the idea of giving myself more paralyzed resistance, because one of the most dangerous things that happens to me in this game is probably when I get paralyzed by an enemy. But I think that going down Sanctuary is a fitting analog for that kind of thing. That's valuable. Because Sanctuary reduces hit chance, which, well, it'll resist... Actually, I don't know for sure. It might resist... It might help me avoid taking paralysis effects from physical impacts. I actually don't know if it works that way, if a physical attack has to hit you in order for the paralysis to apply, or if it can do it independently. It doesn't save me from spells, though. But hopefully I'm strong enough to survive the onslaught that comes from being paralyzed, if that happens. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make some plans. Dwemer Centurion plans. That seems like an interesting thing to look at. The Dwemer Centurion. Did I miss it? Oh, it's over here. Oh. I can't view it. Okay. That means it's probably a quest item, then. It's probably a safe assumption. That's probably designed to be part of some sort of quest reward or something, if it's a thing that you can pick up that has a special unique name, but it's not an item that you can actually use for any particular purpose. I should be sneaking more for the purpose of doing critical hits, but it's just... I move so fast when I'm not sneaking, and so not fast when I am sneaking. Gah! Is that for a critical hit, you son of a bitch? No! I have not snuck correctly, and now I will suffer consequence. Wow, you take some damage. You take more damage when I'm crouching or something, because it feels like somehow crouching does more damage, even though I'm clearly not stealthing at that point when they're fighting me. Tiny sum of money. A steel wakizashi. The adorable normal ones they have that aren't Daedric, which are embarrassing. So. Definitely don't know where I'm going. Oh. Did we just loop around in every possible direction and go nowhere? Oh. Yes, it would appear that that is all that Kagranak's study has to offer. So, important story location. That very well may be the new god I'm forgetting the name of, because it's hard to remember the names of them. Yeah. Don't remember the name of the new god right now, but that may have been the one they were trying to build, possibly. Or it's just the Centurion. It was just maybe something completely different. Curious, though. Oh, hey. Did you not? What are you hitting me with, by the way? 20 drain fatigue and 1... Yeah. So they're doing frost damage over time and drain fatigue over time, but you don't notice them on my meters because both of my restoring effects are stronger than their damaging effects. So the level of restore fatigue I have on my character is not completely unreasonable, because apparently there are some very heavy drain fatigue effects in this game, and mine outpaces even theirs. Mwahaha. That's the study. According to the world map, we're like right on top. Oh, not quite on Dagoth Ur yet. I should be able to levitate now. Where have thou gone, Dagoth? Are you atop this tower of might and whatnot, and compensation for things? This sure is the top of a tower that doesn't go anywhere. Alright. He's still that way. Yeah. I think I just stumbled upon Kagranak's study that isn't actually quite where I'm going for. That said, it's called the Heart of the Mountains, so just going to its physical location on the map may not be the best approach. It may be that I have to find a cave entrance. Or maybe something more... Or maybe the thing that you use to get in is more ceremonious than just a cave entrance, but still, like, I'm reaching what may be the peak of Red Mountain. Well, that's spooky. The music just stopped. Are you the guardian of the peak, Mr. Ash Zombie? It would appear that you are. Oh no, he's over here. That's probably him. Woohoo! Oh, careful. It's a long way down. Oh, almost fell off. I'm looking for like a slightly shorter building to jump at. Woo! Oh no! That didn't hurt very much. We're fine. Mr. Dagoth, where's your front door? Did you remember to lock your door? The Narrow is coming. I didn't jump. Yep. The Narrow is coming for you, Mr. Dagoth. He is displeased with what you've been up to lately. Is that the door? Are you? You're not a door. Oh, lava. That's not good. Oh, hi. Okay. Kind of jumped down towards a lava pit. That explains some of the steam coming up, I suppose. That's probably a door mechanic. So we've had that kind of door before, but it usually has to get opened by something nearby. Or maybe even a time of day. Let's see. If I destroy the enchantments in the heart of Lorcan and of Dagoth the Ur Citadel, Dagoth the Ur will be destroyed and the blight ended. Vivek gave me the plan to defeat Dagoth the Ur to explain the details. Okay. I have the items themselves. I may need to check the plan again. Not Dagoth the Ur's plans. Plan to defeat Dagoth the Ur. I have 2 copies of it. Alright, so... Raids upon Ash Vampire Citadels. Assault on Citadel Dagoth. Yeah, we have keening and so on. All the previous stages of preparations for this the stage. Recent exposition show, blah blah blah. Let's see. They have expansion. We need extensive exploration. The known route will be defended. Alternate routes may exist. Let's see. I might be going a little fast, but I don't really see a direct explanation of the way in. I may just need to keep exploring. Some of that's just historical. Like, we're here. There must be a door somewhere around here. I can't see for crap, by the way. Oh, don't fall in. So you're usually a door of some kind. But I don't see any switches and whatnot. Hi. There you go. Rest now. Is that a statue of Dagoth, perhaps? No, they probably don't have time to make statues with what they're up to. Any statues are probably older than Dagoth at this point. A rat? Really? Oh, and I didn't one-shot it. Wow. The rats in this area are hardy, but wow, those rats. It's weird to think about. I think that they wouldn't be able to stand a chance, but I guess maybe everyone just ignores them. Which is hard to accept because the rats attack you on sight, so you think they would attack other things on sight and then get themselves killed pretty quickly. Die, 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 die. There you go. See, if you just assert yourself repeatedly and sternly, eventually people listen to you. And die. I'm a good person. Oh, weird hole. I am a good person.